Hi guys, welcome back for the Gemini update. This is for your general read. I have pulled a Venus card, although the romance readings are going to be launched tomorrow. They're in premiere at the moment, but they will be launched. If you're wanting to make a booking, you can go to the link directly below. I've got one more video, and that's the Libra. And if you do want to stay tuned for the live sessions that I do connected to the Twin Flame Path, subscribe. And you'll catch me live for the astrology, twin flame, and energy updates. Okay, now I'm looking at your cards, and your energy coming through is pretty interesting. For those of you that are waiting to hear from a person from the past, you're going to need to keep as grounded as possible, because in the unseen domain, you've got just breathe, okay? And again, it's a 4, which is duality. Try not to question yourself too much. Try not to get to a place where you're going, oh my gosh, I haven't seen anything as yet. Is anything changing? Even if they're in a karmic relationship, you're going to hear some sense of information that it's ending, okay? If also you're wanting to know, is this relationship going to go to the next level? Be patient with it. It's asking you to have some patience and understand that it's a process. And yes, it's coming, but you might be frustrated that you want to see more forward movement in your relationship sector. Separately to that, connected to career or any area, try and understand that it's a process and it's only for a temporary point. Now, we do have a transition of the moon energy moving through, I believe, around the 4th and the 5th. Be mindful that wherever you have Aquarius in your chart, it does denote endings and new beginnings. So if you do know your astrology chart, and you know the placement of what house it falls in, that will benefit you. Otherwise, I'll do a moon reading, correlating the dots to what house will generally be coming up for you and where the changes perhaps might be coming. I'm also seeing with anything that you're going to learn energetically this month, you need to be a fly on the wall, okay? So to make an assessment, definitely with the partial solar eclipse that we had in a sense of a manifestation and what we were hoping to balance out in our life, we do then have the total eclipse that has, transpired. That frequency can take up to 6 to 7 months to plateau out and be evened out. So in a sense of the work that you're going to be doing, it would have been highlighted in January for you, or in your intuition. It can even come through in a sense of blocks that you physically have in your road. Be an observer at the moment. It's almost like we could denote January as the end of 2000 and last year. So we were really in an observation mode moving through January. And because the nodes are in Cancer and Capricorn, anything at a family-related dynamic, hi Dale, and anything at a level of where you've got to take accountability, responsibility, and do things correctly is the nodes in Capricorn. Now, in a reverse sense, when they're retreating, you've got the time to actually reflect on that, and that's all the way through to March. So don't be hard on yourself if you're still working in those areas and trying to balance them out. It's very normal, but there is going to be balance in that area. So what you feel your tribe is, all of these things are being balanced out. Although you're going to need to be an observer, and this can be in your education, really pay attention, especially if you're studying, pay close attention. You're going to get more from it than you think, and you're going to absorb it incredibly well, providing you're listening. Really be observant of situations, tune into yourself and how you feel about what you're learning at a 3D level, how do I put it, at an educational level or at a spiritual level. You might not feel as grounded, but if you can observe, you're going to get as much out of it as possible. So understand, again, that it is a process at the moment of what you're spiritually going through. But Gemini, there is changes coming. So, try and be patient. I do feel you're observing a lot of people directly around you, and you're gaining a lot of insight about their frequencies, about their opinions. Also, if you're getting news through the grapevine from people, connecting to work, love, pay attention to their actions, pay attention to their body language, because you're going to get more from it than just physically the words. I'm hearing actions speak louder than words, but I'm also seeing that you're going to be able to read people incredibly well. So it's really going to benefit you this month if you're the observer. In the work domain, some of you are feeling you've got a hope or a dream. And again, remember, the total eclipse does denote endings and new beginnings, which has already transpired. Now that can cycle out, you know, over the next 3 to 8 weeks. More information can be coming about what the road's going to look like moving forward. And at the same time, what you're going to find is in a manifestation sense connected to money, employment. Remember, nodes in Cancer and Capricorn. What will create that healthy, stable kind of foundation for you for your future? That foundation and looking at it. If there are cracks in that foundation, if you start applying yourself to it, it's going to help you right now. Around July and even before that, many planets are going to be going retrograde. And again, I'll come to you earlier so you know what's going retrograde. March, we do have Mercury retrograde. So in a sense of contracts, medical procedures, it's not the best time. It can put a pause on things. And again, I will do a live reading about that so you guys know exactly what's going on. With your finances, it is going to build. It's going to take some time. Again, as I said, we're in the year of the pig. Sorry, I had a brain blank then. We're in the year of the pig, so it does denote growth within your finances. Some of you feel you're really busting yourself to get things off the ground. This can be to obtain employment, to move forward in your career, to have the energy to do those things. But it may be that you have a goal in mind that you're trying to move towards. And again, if you're signing any contracts, I'm actually seeing a sense of wondering how it's going to go, wondering if you're going to get that contract, wondering if it's going to move up. I do feel it is. Try and be patient with the process. And again, be the observer. Be patient, know your worth, and everything that you're wanting will truly manifest and come forward towards you. I do feel some of you are building something quite big within employment. So it's looking as though, how do I put it? If you have an idea in mind connected to a business, I feel it's going to do very well. You might be doing some more research. And again, you can be keeping your cards close to your chest. I also do see some of you networking, and there's key individuals that are crucial for this to get off the ground. Keep something coming in as well. Within your vibration, now this is in your health sector, it's in your vibration of how you're physically feeling moving through February. The interesting thing coming through with you guys is you're going to completely know what is in alignment with you and what's not. Joy and stability in reverse. And your clarification card is trust. So knowing that whatever's happening is happening for a reason. Remember, I mentioned the moon being in Aquarius does denote endings and new beginnings. So whatever's cycling out doesn't have to be negative. It can be a fresh start. It can be still doing the same thing, but maybe upskilling, still with the same person, but reaching that next point. Perhaps even for those of you that want to take that relationship to the next level, the potential's there for that. If it needs to end, you'll know what is connecting with you, and the cycle will end out and you will move forward. Other people around you, regardless of how they are, I feel as long as you keep grounded, you'll be able to handle these people. So if anyone's triggered, make sure your base chakra is balanced, because this is really going to help you deal with other people around you. Again, I am seeing a very important person coming towards you. This person is going to be very crucial in your career, I see, or movement or a plan you have. They're really going to assist you with reaching your full potential. So I do feel a lot of you are going to make somebody very important or potentially famous. Regardless of what you're doing, it's like they're at a higher ranked position, and there is an energy of an important person coming in to assist you. Some of you are going to feel that you've won lotto. That's really what it's going to feel like, because whoever this person is, they're quite important to your path. They're very unique to your path as well. I'll just see if I've... Okay, some things in the family. How do you balance your root chakra? You can eat the food groups, which is the red colored food groups. You can also listen to meditation for base chakra. So you can Google it on YouTube and type in base chakra. They'll also give you like different means you can actually unblock it. You can also do breathing exercises during the meditation and really taking the air from the base and breathing it up and out. You can picture water coming out. My girlfriend mentioned this to me the other day, which makes complete sense, clearing it through the chakras. You'll find with your breathing, if it's coming up and it's sort of stopping, there'll be other chakras that are out of balance. But it is directly connected to anchoring your energy in. So again, you can take your shoes off, you can use salt baths. There's many techniques you can use. If you're finding a trigger point in it, you may have pain in the lower abdominal area of your body. Your lower back can hurt. So it'll show you when it's out of alignment. You'll actually have like trigger points coming through in your body. So if you can get that grounded, that's going to assist you. You can also use crystals connected to base chakra. Now, your third eye is in reverse when it comes to your family. So if you're getting headaches or anything to that degree, again, it can be an indication that your third eye's out. It may be that you're thinking too much as to how to sort a dynamic in the family. If you're married, you know, with your children, with your finances, how is it going to be balanced? How is it going to look? Try and come back into your body. A lot of times when we're in our third eye, we're thinking too hard. We can't find a solution yet. We're not trusting in the process. And again, just breathe comes up, okay? Know that whatever's going on is there for a reason. Some of you, I'm seeing a sick relative. And if this is relevant to you, it will be, you already know this. It's nothing new, okay? So don't get triggered and think, oh my God, is someone going to get sick? It's not. It's someone you already know is frail or unwell. And you're looking at the bigger picture in a map in your family. And you're like, how is this going to connect? How do we balance this situation out? That's for some of you. Others of you, I do feel as though you're really trying to be very careful and treading cautiously. Some of you may feel semi-judged. Now, that's not for all of you. But again, if you're in your head too much in relation to a family dynamic, trust in the process that it's going to balance out. The nodes are in Cancer, which is family. That's moving forward in March, and it's almost like I was connecting the dots last year to March being January, like the beginning of our year, because we were balancing out, we were gaining our meditation, going through the frequencies, and there's forward motion like a slingshot from there. Don't keep thinking that the same story is going to paint, okay? Some trigger points can come back from childhood, and you're correlating the dots to a current situation going on moving through February. If there has been a trend within your family, and that can be with connections, with romance, however it relates to you personally, try and understand that nothing stays the same forever. And a lot of us are getting into that fear-based frequency of, oh my gosh, is it going to stay the same? Is anything going to change? Things are changing, but I am feeling for the better. Some of you may choose that you feel you just can't deal with a particular family member or a particular dynamic. Trust your intuition when it comes to it, but be observant. Ask yourself some questions. Am I triggered? Do we gel? Do we have different ways that we see the story? Look at it from their heart chakra point of view. You don't have to say that it's right, but whatever's going on might be they feel you should be doing something and you feel no. Now, some of you may be hearing through the grapevine that someone in your family is getting hitched and married. This can also, for some of you, be causing a trigger point. Try and paint the best possible picture when it comes to your future, especially when you're tuning into what you want in your future in a relationship. Because I do feel some of you have had some times that have been quite difficult, and you're looking at it and you're thinking, is this going to be the story of my life? It's only so if you're manifesting it. And the interesting thing is I asked universe for a card and you got nature in reverse. You know, this isn't your natural nature. So again, get grounded. Get grounded in your base chakra. Get in touch with Mother Nature. If that means taking your shoes off or having a bath, know that whatever your worries are, they are going to pass. It's a temporary frequency. In a sense of travel, it may be that you're really pushing something forward at the moment. Now, this can be physical travel. It may be in a rush, you have to go somewhere. This can be short or long trips. At the same time, it might be sort of very fast. And again, around the 4th with Aquarius, beginnings and endings, okay? So be mindful of that moon frequency. Some of you may be triggered. It can be heightened energy around that time. You might not enjoy the travel, okay? Others of you that do want movement in your general life, some of you are frustrated by the roadblocks at the moment. Again, understand that the nodes being in Cancer is for 3 months. It's through to March. We're then having Mercury retrograde. That's going to give us some time to look at our communication styles, look at where cross wires can come through. We do have to be cautious about communication around that time too. But in a sense of the flow, when it does come to movement, be it at a 3D level for travel, or at a level where you're wanting your life to currently move forward, don't get cross at yourself if there's temporary delays. It's showing you where the blocks are so that you can understand it's a process. And again, with the total eclipse, it can take 6 months for things to balance out. That's not to say that movement's not happening and you're not achieving things, rather than it's going to be a process and it's going to take a little bit of time, but there is success coming. For those of you who are on the fence in your life, connected to romance, your work, wherever it is, and it's really hindering you and you're in your third eye and you're feeling unhinged, left or right, what path do you feel will take you to your highest vibration? Okay, because at the moment you know what's not, with your joy and stability in reverse. Yes, you're trusting in the process because you're moving away from ego when you're meditating upon that. So you know the truth of it. You're like, okay, I do really know what I do and don't want. At a left or right point, yes, it's going to take time. Don't fall into your fear-based frequencies and self-sabotage, because I do see a lot of good things coming your way. And this is connected to employment, love, and future. Some of you are going to make new connections, and some of you do need to make new connections. It's a new circle, but it can even be the physical person you're trying to manifest in is at a different frequency. So especially when you're looking at a reading, it's a romance reading, it says a new person's coming into your life, don't discount people change. So the vibration that can be coming through can be going through a transformative stage of being a page, being a knight, you know, being a king, being an emperor. So when you get that new energy coming through, understand that life is a process and this person can be going through a transformation. And I do feel for many of you, this is in the sphere of whatever you're passionate about, and whatever you were looking at in January or overall in general. Now, I have pulled a Venus card, but the romance read is opening tomorrow. So that will be launched in Premiere, and that's per Zodiac sign. The Venus card, however, you have balance. Now, the key to it is both you and this individual, and some of you, this might be a high vibration soulmate or a twin flame connection. The key to the situation is balance. A lot of times we look at it and we say, oh my gosh, what's going on? Why is this not balancing? It is about internally the masculine and the feminine within ourselves to balance that situation out. I'm also seeing wearing jade is going to benefit you, or pink quartz. There is a lot of reflection and mirroring going on at the moment. And I do see both of you on this occasion are going to see eye to eye. There may not be friendliness with you at the moment, but if you understand it is a process and you observe the situation and understand, just breathe, I do feel a lot of this is correlating with massive changes in your life. I do feel the stars the limit for this, but something's coming to an end and a close, and I do feel this is a spiritual chapter for the new one with this person to start. For those of you who are in a relationship, again, there is mirroring going on, and there is a transformation within the situation going on. Some of you or your partner may not be working. And there's external situations, and again, I'll mention, and this must be very relevant for your read. The nodes in Cancer and Capricorn. Responsibility, accountability, family, and the base chakra, which is grounding, okay? This is going to be balanced this month for you. So if it hasn't been, do what you can on your side of the fence and allow that transformation to come, because I am actually seeing it coming through. I do have a very good feeling about your read. Again, if you are wanting to make a booking, you can go to the link directly below. The romance side of the reads will be open tomorrow, so if you haven't subscribed, feel free, and I will come to you live for the twin flame updates, psychically speaking, and the astrology.